Good morning. This project aims to develop a secure messaging system to authenticate the messages and also to make sure that the encrypted messages have their own privacy. Now, first we have user data. So this is basically the amount of time that is taken by the user to type a particular character. So this is typing time. It will be saved here. And next we have the Okay, next, we have the typing model. This is basically a trained machine learning model based on the typing time that we have seen in the user data. Now, based on this, it will predict the user authentication. And later on, it will be saved in the binary format for the later use. Okay, next, we have under the SRC, we have encryption. In encryption, with the help of they are using here, they are using Fornet. It is basically a symmetric encryption algorithm which uses the same key for both encryption as well as decryption. And here, okay, now see in the def encrypt message, here it will convert the messages into an in a manner which cannot be read by people. And then later in the decrypt message part, it will convert it back into a readable format. And this area, self.key is equal to Fornet. First, they'll check if the key is available or not. If there is no key, then they'll generate a key. Here, our key is self.key. So in general, this script basically holds a logic for encrypting and decrypting messages using the Fornet encrypting algorithm, ensuring that the message that we have sent is confidential. And next we have is authentication. So in authentication, what happens is they'll compare the trained model, that is typing underscore model, with the user data, that is the amount of time taken. They'll compare them and they'll get to know the authentication, like um, if the user's identity is verified or not. So in JobLab, what they do is they'll basically load the load the model, and then here please type the following sentence authenticate. You'll have to type a sentence. The sentence is, this is a secure messaging system, and in this input underscore character it will tell how each character will come. And here you'll have to, they'll tell the time, like the end time and the start time, like how much time a single character has been like how much time a user has taken to type a single character. If ever we fail to do it, it will come authentication failed. And here it will convert the time to an in a column manner. It will convert to an NP and then it will convert it into a column manner. And then if in case are what the character that they have given and the character that we have typed, if in case it is similar, it will come authentication successful, or else it will come authentication failed. This is your authentication. Next we have is collect data. In collect data, what happens is the amount of time that is taken by a user to type a particular character, right? That time will be stored in the user underscore data. Um, so here it will record the time that will be taken. For example, see, you have to type, this is a secure messaging system. Here it will tell how much time it will take. If in case you have written the wrong this one, it will tell incorrect character type. Please try again. And whatever the information, the amount of time we have taken, right, like the amount that we have found, that will be stored in the user underscore data. And after the entire sentence is typed, it will write that data has been collected successfully. And then you have your messaging.py. So this is a code that will integrate the authentication and the encryption. So they'll make sure that first they'll authenticate the user, checking if that person is valid or not. Once we get to know that user is valid, they'll allow them to send the encrypted message. So in message encryption, the import message encryption, it can be used for decryption and to decrypt and encrypt message. Here to make sure that the user is authenticated. This is the trained model, and yeah, this is the trained model. Once they'll make sure that the user is authenticated, they'll ask you to send a message. In this place, you can send anything. For example, if I send hello, after I send hello, they'll encrypt that message, and then they'll send it successfully, and then they'll decrypt that message, and the actual message has to be formed. And then you have a is train underscore model. So what this script does is it trains the typing model using the data that we collected in the user data. That is the time taken to type each character. Once that is done, it will train the you'll also be able to get all the evaluation matrices like accuracy, precision, recall, and F1. Here, see this train test split is to split the data into training and testing, and this is the algorithm that we are using. This is to import the this is to load the model, and here in which what we are using, and here since only we are only since I'm the there's only one user, we have done it labels all belongs to the same users. If there are more than one user, we can do it this in the same manner. Here it will split the data, splitting the data. Here it is training the model using the random forest classifier, and it will save the model as typing model that is present over under the models folder, and they'll make the prediction. And then they will be able to find the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1. And next, last we have is test systems. This is to make sure that the authentication and the encryption that we have done actually works. So here they'll make sure that the user is authenticated. If in case the user is not authenticated, it will receive as authentication failed for valid user. And then if in case the authentication is done, for example, if we send this is a test message, you can encrypt the message and then decryption message. If in case your decryption message does not match the original one, you will it'll the message you'll receive is decrypted message does not match the original. That means you have gone wrong somewhere. If now if everything has gone smoothly, like your authentication also has been passed, your encryption has been passed, your decryption has been passed, or after all these things happens, you will get all tests passed successfully. And then you have requirement dot text. So this is basically whatever model whatever libraries that you need or that you need is placed in the requirements.txt. Now to run the program, type it exactly as it is. Okay, now we have all the authentication successful. That means we know that the user is valid and all the tests have passed successfully. Next, can now just enter the now that there we have passed all the tests. Now here we have authentication is successful. Enter the message you want to send. The message that we have given, right? The sentence we can change that based on a program. Since in our program here it is given as this is secure messaging system. That's why we have to type it like that. Um, Now if I give so see we have received the encrypted message as this is our encrypted message and the fact that the message has been sent successfully and also that decrypted message is hello, my name is Risha as well. Since we know that the message you have entered and the message that is decrypted, if it is same, that means your encryption decryption is done perfectly. Now, in order to get your authentication and your sorry your accuracy, precision and all, so this is how it is. Since the data is less, we are getting it as 100%.